Cyntha, now you're a transpersonal therapist, writer and conference speaker. Why do we self-sabotage when we're nearly about to achieve our dreams?
You know, there are two basic reasons, really. There's the fear of success or the fear of failure. And I'll get to those in a minute. There's another quality as well within that fear of failure. If I can expand, I'll first talk about the fear of failure, because that one's more expected.
Yeah.
And one of the things about that is that we're not good enough, that our worthiness, we're not worth it. And so we sabotage. It's like, if I dare to put myself out there, I'm going to humiliate myself, I'm going to embarrass myself. The shame, that toxic shame that it gets in there so insidiously and sabotages us before we've even tried. The other is the fear of our success. And the fear of success is the one that's almost kind of counterintuitive. The fear of success is that, dare I admit that I could be this good? And it's the unknown. It's that unknown, is that I'm not, this is a territory I have never, breached into. And the other thing is that as human beings, we all have this fundamental fear of death. And so the unknown has that threat of, oh goodness,
it's like death.
It's like death. I could die. I could die physically, or I could die of mortification. And
wow.
And so there's that. And so one of the ways to work beyond that is to dare to declare what one wants, to feel it, to imagine, who would I become? Who would I need to be to become that image of success, of my dream? And to really step into it. And sometimes even to do things like go to the dealership, even if you're not ready for that car, you don't financially have the means, sit in that Mercedes or sit in that Land Cruiser and feel, what does it feel like to be a driver of this car?
Well, I'm really, to be honest, creating this series because I want to live my dreams, and I want to get the perspective of other women, like what you've shared with me today. Yeah, I do. I am scared of success. I've just realised it. I do want to stay with my tribe, so I can even feel my own inner struggle, and I think I need to intellectualise things. So I dared, and I said to Leah, I want to create a series, Say Your Dreams Out Loud. And here I am, vulnerable, sitting in front of the camera, doing the show, you know.
Yes.
And I'm uncomfortable, but I'm more curious, so I'm here, having a go.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. And it's facing those fears, as we always say, you know. Do it and you know, feel it and do it anyway, you know. And one of the things you just said about tribal thing is that fear of either losing that sense of belonging, that we'd be rejected, we would be an outcast of our community or our friends, or if we have a loved one, a very dear loved one, whether it's our child, whether it's our spouse, whether it's a best friend, that we will threaten them, that they won't be able to go along with us on our dreams. And that's very scary territory, and it's a very primal territory, because especially when it's a best friend or a spouse, these relationships call back to the cellular memory of that first primal intimate relationship we ever had, which was with mother, and which was inside the womb. And that's where life and death was at question. It is not at question now, though that cellular memory thinks it is. So it's stepping beyond that, facing it, naming it, and getting support. And sometimes that support can be coaching, sometimes it needs to be deeper therapy if there's been trauma in the life.
I really feel now is a time when I personally feel great support about from our male counterparts in the world. My father supported me, my husband supported me, even in this show. And I was talking to my mother-in-law about this last night, and she said, you know, Queen Elizabeth couldn't have been the queen she was and has been without the support of Philip. And to succeed in our dreams, we need support.
Yes, we do.
And I think that to be able to talk about what makes us sabotage our dreams actually makes us conscious, right? And so for women watching this series today, how can we be more conscious when we reach those moments of self-sabotage? How can we know, whoa, I'm here and I'm at the line where I'm pulling back, or I'm shutting down, or I'm giving up?
I think there are two things that come to mind. One is that self-inquiry, that awareness. For me, the way it works is writing. I keep a journal, And I also, the other is I have a circle of very close friends who I share my dreams with,
Yep.
and they help me stay accountable. And the accountable, and right now I'm writing a book, and for me to stay accountable, the thing that's working for me right now is that I declare my goals, I get very clear on what is truly possible, and when I'm in that more meditative, clear, centered state in myself, I define that for myself, I declare it to my close circle, and then I come back to them and say, okay, what have I done, what have I not? And the way that I'm working with it right now is to say for every hour, so for example, I say these days I'm going to write 4 hours. And the day that I don't, or if at any moment I do not complete the 4 hours, I give 200 dirhams, which is about 50 quid, into a kitty that goes to charity.
Wow.
And that's helping.
Wonderful. Well, you know, when I wanted to create this series, I shared it with my girlfriend Leah, the executive producer of the Travel and Shoe, and here we are today. So I really concur and agree with you that we do have to say our dreams out loud, share them with our girlfriends, and then make ourselves accountable.
And we must not forget the really important piece is do that shadow emotional work.
Yeah.
Because those saboteurs can go back to low sense of self-esteem, can go back to any either physical abuse, sexual abuse, psychological or verbal abuse that we grew up with or had in a marriage or whatever, that contribute to a deep sense of low sense of self-esteem.
So if someone does recognize that that's something that's holding them from achieving their dreams, how do they do that shadow work?
Yeah, I mean, there's two things. I mean, there's two branches that support this. One is the world of coaching, and the other is the world of counseling or therapy. So coaching is more, it's more practical, and therapy is more emotional. So it's really tuning in with oneself. Do I need to just get motivated, or do I have some deep traumas that are true obstacles for me achieving my dreams? And if I do, then I need the help of somebody where I'm be very safe emotionally.
Yeah, yeah. So for the women watching this show, to make their dreams come true, what is your final words of wisdom?
Is to have some kind of practice where you get quiet and you get silent. And that's about listening to what your deepest heart desire is, or listening to the saboteur that's sabotaging or hijacking.
Yeah, and one more thing. Say we define our dreams, because I sometimes can define my dreams and then have what I think is my authentic pathway, which sometimes is the road, the harder road. Whereas sometimes we can still achieve our dream, but we can do it easier, or we can combine it with, you know, we don't have to quit our job and do the dream, you know, we could work part-time. We don't have to like put ourselves out there so much, you know, is
that transitional.
Yeah, like we can do it
phase.
easier, and that's okay, right?
It's absolutely okay. And in fact, that answers to that fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
It allows us to straddle the two worlds.
Yeah.
Self-sabotage can often happen at the 11th hour, after we've done all the hard work to reach our goal or realise our dream. Cyntha shared it can be a fear of success, or a fear of failure that can cause this sabotage. Perhaps we fear leaving our tribe of belonging. How to overcome this is to be conscious, dare to declare what you really want, and pay attention to yourself when you feel yourself pulling back from your dreams.